So, you're looking for a great record player for the holiday season, but you don't know what to get. Well, today I'm going to show you my top 5 turntables of 2020 and the speakers you can pair them with so you'll have everything you need to start playing records. And the links to all of this stuff will be in the video description and the top pinned comment down below. And last of all, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell because that really helps me out. Alright, so let's dive in. Number 5, the Audio-Technica LP60X. If you've just started collecting records and you want to play them without breaking the bank, this is the turntable for you. The LP60X is fully automatic and spins at both 33 and 45 RPM speeds. So this allows you to play both the 12-inch albums, like the ones you see on the wall behind me, and these smaller 7-inch singles. Now, what exactly does fully automatic mean? Well, basically it means that with this turntable, you won't have to raise or lower the needle yourself. It does that for you. All you gotta do is put a record down, press the start button, and it begins playing. Then, once it reaches the end of that side of the record, it lifts itself up, goes back to the tone arm rest, and stops spinning the platter. All of that happens automatically, which is pretty cool. Now, the LP60X is also a belt-driven turntable, which means that the motor is off to the side and it spins the platter using a rubber belt, and that helps reduce vibration. It features an Audio-Technica cartridge with a replaceable stylus. It has a built-in preamp, so you won't have to buy one separately, and it comes in 4 different colors: black, brown, gunmetal, and red. And it includes the RCA cable, the power cord, a felt mat, a 45 RPM adapter, and a dust cover inside the box. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that this turntable does not have a USB connection. Why is that important? Well, if you want to transfer your records onto your computer and keep them as digital files, you're gonna need that USB connection. So if that's important to you, I'd recommend going with the LP60X USB model instead. However, if that's not important to you, then just stick with the original and save yourself some money. Now, last of all, since you're still going to need a pair of speakers to go with this turntable, I'd recommend the Mica PB42X. They're very affordable and they already have the amplifier built inside. So basically, with just those 2 items, you're going to have everything you need to start playing your favorite records. Number 4, the Audio-Technica LP120X USB. If you're looking for a turntable with even better build quality that's going to last you many years, this is the one for you. The LP60X is a manual turntable, meaning that you'll have to raise and lower the tone arm yourself, but since it also has a Q-up lever, it'll be easy for you to do that. Now, overall, this turntable is the new and improved version of the classic LP120, which if you've been watching my channel, you already know I'm a big fan of, and the newer version is even better. So the turntable is direct drive, meaning that the motor is placed directly under the platter, and as a result, its speeds are going to be more accurate. And speaking of speeds, it spins at 33, 45, and 78 RPM. So it can play the 12-inch albums, the 7-inch singles, and those older 10-inch 78 RPM shellac records, which are kind of rare these days, but if you have them in your collection, you'll be able to play them on this turntable. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that if you are going to play those shellac records, you're also going to need a different cartridge, something like the Grado 78E. If you try playing them with a normal cartridge, you're going to damage the stylus, and that's something that I found out the hard way, so definitely don't do that. Now, speaking of cartridges, it comes with the Audio-Technica AT-VM95E, which sounds very good. It has a pitch control slider on the right-hand side, so you can further fine-tune the speed. It has a built-in preamp, and it comes with a USB connection, which, as I just mentioned, will help you to transfer your records onto your computer. Personally, I've never used this feature, but it's there if you need it. Now, it also has an anti-skate system, which prevents the needle from pulling too quickly to the center of the record. It has a counterweight, which helps to balance out the tone arm. And finally, the LP120X comes in 2 different colors, black and silver. And it includes the RCA cable, the power cord, a felt mat, a 45 RPM adapter, and a dust cover inside the box. Now, as far as speakers go, I'd recommend pairing this turntable with either the Mica PB42Xs, or if you really want the best sound, the Klipsch R51 PMs, which are the new version of the R15 PMs. They too have the amplifier inside, and they sound amazing. Number 3, the Fluance RT81. If you're looking for the right combination of style, build quality, and sound quality, this is the turntable for you. The RT81 is a belt-driven manual turntable that spins at both 33 and 45 RPM speeds. It has a solid wood plinth, a counterweight, an anti-skate, a Q-up lever, the Audio-Technica AT95E cartridge, which sounds great, and a built-in preamp. So as you can tell, this one has everything you need to make your records sound awesome. Now, speaking of the Fluance brand in general, I actually have their RT85 right here in my main setup, and although this is a great turntable and I absolutely love it, I've noticed that it's hard for them to keep it in stock. So apparently, a lot of other people love it as well. Now, the RT81, on the other hand, still sounds great, but does not have that problem, and it's usually always in stock. So that's why I put it on this list. Also, even though the RT81 is a manual turntable, it does have an auto stop function where if you enable it, it stops spinning once it gets to the end of the record. So you won't have to worry about accidentally falling asleep and having it just go all night. So that's pretty cool. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that it does not include a USB connection, but as I said, if you just want to play your records, that's not really a big deal. And last of all, the RT81 comes in two colors, walnut and piano black, and includes the RCA cable, the power cord, a rubber mat, a 45 RPM adapter, and the dust cover inside the box. Now, as far as speakers, you can go with either the Mica PB42Xs or, you guessed it, the Klipsch R51 PMs. As you can tell, I'm a huge Klipsch fanboy. I have them in my setup, and they sound awesome. Number 2, the U-Turn Orbit Plus. If you're looking for a quality turntable that comes in a bunch of cool colors and sounds fantastic, this is the one for you. The Orbit Plus is a belt-driven manual turntable that spins at both 33 and 45 RPM speeds. It has an acrylic platter, so you won't actually need a record mat, and you can just put your records down directly on the platter. It has a counterweight, a Q-up lever, an anti-skate, the Ortofon OM5E cartridge, which sounds great, and although the basic model does not have a preamp, if you want, you can choose to add one for about $70 more. Now, since you still need a pair of speakers, you could actually just keep the basic model, save that $70, and pick up the Klipsch R51 PMs. The reason I keep recommending these speakers is because in addition to having the amplifier inside, they also have the preamp inside. So they're going to work with basically any turntable you get, and their sound is great. Now, the Orbit Plus comes in 6 different colors: black, green, blue, red, white, and purple, and it includes the RCA cable, the power cord, and the dust cover inside the box. But strangely enough, no 45 RPM adapter, which is odd, but since those are so cheap, this isn't really a deal breaker. Also, it does not have a USB connection, so keep that in mind. And last of all, as far as their manufacturing goes, each one of these turntables is assembled by hand in Massachusetts and personally tested before they're shipped off to your door, which is really nice. So if you want to support a US-based business that really puts a lot of love and care into their products, then this is the brand you should go for. And finally, number 1, the Project Debut Carbon Evo. If you really want the best sound possible, this is your turntable. The Evo, which is short for Evolution, is the new and improved version of the classic Debut Carbon. It's a belt-driven manual turntable that spins at 33, 45, and 78 RPM speeds. So yet again, you can play any record at any speed. It has a counterweight, a Q-up lever, an anti-skate, gold-plated RCA outputs, low friction suspension bearings in the tone arm, and finally the Sumiko Rainier cartridge. And to top that off, the cartridge itself even comes factory mounted and precision aligned when you buy it, which is great because that saves you the trouble of having to do that yourself. Now, as the name implies, it also has a carbon fiber tone arm, an improved suspension around the motor, a steel platter with a soft ring inside which dampens vibrations, and last of all, 3 height-adjustable rubber feet to further isolate the turntable. Now, why is all this nerdy stuff important? Well, it boils down to one thing: sound quality. When it comes to playing your records, vibration is bad, and that's something that Project takes very seriously. Now, the Evo also has a new rocker switch at the bottom, which makes it easier to change between speeds, and inside the box it also includes a premium RCA cable, the power cord, a felt mat, 2 rubber belts, a 45 RPM adapter, and the dust cover. Now, one thing this turntable does not have is a USB connection, so this is going to be strictly for playing your records, but not putting them on your computer. And finally, as far as the colors go, it comes in 9 different finishes, each of which have 8 coats of lacquer. We got satin steel blue, satin golden yellow, satin fir green, satin white, satin black, high gloss white, high gloss red, and last of all, a real walnut wood finish. So as you can see, they care just as much about the looks as they do the sound. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that the Evo does not have a built-in preamp. However, since you still need a pair of speakers, you should definitely pick up the Klipsch R51 PMs because, like I said, they have the preamp and the amplifier built inside. So overall, this is going to be a great combination for you, and with just those 2 items, the Evo and the Klipsch, you're going to have a true reference quality setup, and all your records are going to thank you. And last of all, if you already have your turntable and you want to set it up properly, be sure to watch this video up here, which covers every step from start to finish. Alright, so what do you guys think about this list, and what turntable do you have in your setup? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video and you want to learn even more about record players and music, like I said, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you won't miss out on the new videos. And most importantly of all, friends, have an awesome day, stay safe, and keep spinning that vinyl.